What's going on, everybody? I'm Jory Goodman, the Time Teller. Welcome to another off-the-cuff segment. Guys, this is breaking news. Just happened yesterday, and it blew my mind. It's funny, I was talking to my best friend, Patrick. I've mentioned him on this channel multiple times. He's actually been in one of my episodes. He's the guy that told me to upload a review of my Rolex 2940 Bubble Back, which ended up being my first ever episode on YouTube. So he was really the catalyst for this whole channel. But anyway, I was talking to him last night, and we were just, laughing about stuff, and I just in passing mentioned, Ben Clymer did an interview with Kermit the Frog. And he was like, what? And I was like, yeah, Ben Clymer did an interview with Kermit the Frog. And he was like, oh, like the Kermit Rolex? And I was like, no, that's not in the episode. It's just he was talking to Kermit the Frog. And then we both realized April Fool's Day was like 11 days ago. So I don't know if they filmed this and they couldn't get it out in time or what's happening. I think it was probably just an advertisement for this new Oris with the green dial that has Kermit's face on the date wheel. But it is bizarre. Like, Hodinkee is now, it's literal Muppetry. They're Muppets. This is insane. So yeah, anyway, it is 9:20 a.m. Let's get down to business. I'm wearing a beautiful watch that I'm about to review. Excuse the cat hair on my sleeve. I was playing with Link earlier, but I'm not going to tell you which watch it is. You can go and check out my Instagram at The Simple Consultant, and you can see everything from my cars to my watches to everything. Go and say hi. Leave a comment on my last picture, and I will respond to it. So if you don't believe me, we're actually going to react to this together, because Ben I like Ben, but the truth is he always seems very uncomfortable when he's talking to anyone. So now that he's talking to a literal Muppet, the discomfort is set to high. Let's check this out together, guys. Let's make sure that the audio is coming through the computer properly. Okie dokie. Everybody can see everything? Cool. Let's go.
Welcome to Hodinkee, Kermit. How are you today?
Well, hi-ho there, Ben. I am doing very well. Thanks for having me here. I am excited to learn more about watches from you.
So before we get any further, the second comment here is Kermit needs to lay off the cigarettes. And the funniest thing, the comment below it, Kermit's voice sounds different than how I remember it to be. That was the first thing I noticed about this episode. Aside from it being totally bonkers that Hodinkee would even have a literal Muppet on their channel, Kermit sounds weird.
Why I don't really wear a watch.
So I still think you like talking about them, but how have you been?
Well, I've been busy. No, I don't really wear a watch.
So I still think you like talking about them, but how have you been?
Well,
Did you hear that? The guest straight up said, I don't really wear a watch. And then Ben makes this statement for him. I think you still like talking about them. He just said he doesn't wear a watch, so why would he be interested in talking about them? I don't know. But as we move further, we can see that it was a huge missed opportunity for them, they could have had a Rolex Kermit. They could have. They didn't for some reason, but they did have this.
Call Guinness Book of World Records.
So I actually thought of you the other day when I saw the new Oris watch with your face on it. Have you seen this thing?
Well, I haven't actually seen anybody wearing it, but let's take a look at that.
Kermit roasts really nice. Ben Clymer right here.
You have a show called Talking Watches, but maybe you should do a spin-off called Wearing Watches.
That's a good idea.
And isn't that the whole issue with Hodinkee? They've literally lost touch with wearing the watches, and it took a literal Muppet to call them out on it. you know, you have a show called Talking Watches. Maybe you should have one called Wearing Watches. Because the truth is, when I first started getting into not watches, but into the like watch media stuff, and I don't mean producing my own content. I mean, when I first started watching wristwatch content on YouTube, I found Hodinkee and Talking Watches very interesting because it was kind of cool to see celebrities and public figures talking about their watch collection. As it's gone on and as Hodinkee has shifted and morphed, I've realized that it's really a way for them to kind of how do I say this respectfully? Fluff each other up. My mom watches my channel, so let me think. It's a way for them to scratch each other's backs. Circle jerk. It's a way for them to kind of just feel cool and smug and braggadocious together in this inner circle. And yes, reference number. I'm famous and wealthy. And Ben's like, yes, I'm famous and wealthy as well. Would you like to buy my hat for $3,000 and a travel clock for $6K? We don't want any of that, dude. We just want the watches. We literally just want the watches. And it took a Muppet to tell Ben, hey, maybe you should start, you know, like wearing the watches and stop effing about. So as the episode goes on, yes, of course, Ben brings up the Speedmaster.
In 1969.
This actual watch right there.
Well, this model of watch, not this actual watch.
Oh, I see. Well, you know what? It's a really beautiful watch, and I'm a big fan of Buzz Aldrin, and not just because his first name reminds me of my favorite snack, fruit flies.
That's good. And I think you like this one too. So this is a Blancpain 50 fathoms and has a bezel that.
I'm sorry. It's a what?
It is a Blancpain 50 fathoms.
I just want to call this out right now. I pronounce Blancpain the same way that Ben does. In fact, I think I do it a little better. But everyone in my comment section wants to make fun of me. So if Ben Clymer can say it a certain way, then I'm going to say it a certain way. Also, I wanted to bring something up because ever since I started on YouTube, people would talk about this. So I'm just going to nip it in the bud right now. Do you see a similarity? Everyone since I started on YouTube was like, oh, Jory's the more attractive, jacked, more youthful Ben Clymer. I don't see it, but I'll agree with them. I mean, shoot.
Which is this ring on the outside here that you turn, which allows people, divers in this case, to time how long they've been underwater.
True.
You know, I can't fathom diving that deep. You know, but that watch would.
Ask Miss Piggy about that. Oh, I ruined the delivery. Guys, I truthfully don't really have an issue with them branching out and having fun with other IPs. I think it's really cool. Who controls the Muppets now? It's Disney, right? I think it's really cool that Hodinkee had the access to get that IP on their channel. I think I do find it interesting that this episode really did not get like the views I thought it would, right? They're a channel that's substantially larger than mine, and it gets about similar views to my channel, and they use a ton of keywords. Like, check out the description. Quincy Jones, Ralph Lauren, Jack Nicklaus, Kevin Hart, LeBron James. These are a few of the absolute legends we've had a chance to sit down and talk to. Here, but my guest today might actually hop over them all, blah, 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 blah. These are all for the algorithm, mentioning all these people and everything, right? So, they go hard with the access that they have, and I think that they've earned that right. But I just thought that this was insane. I legitimately thought this was insane. They're talking to a Muppet. And this is what they think of the watch collecting world. So next time you guys complain to me about not taking watches seriously enough, I will tell you that the literal founder of Hodinkee, the highest of the high when it comes to aficionados, when it comes to horologists, when it comes to wristwatch kings, apparently, he talks to Muppets. So, yeah, I don't want to hear any more hate in my comment section. I don't want to get any more hate mail. No more making fun of me for being the more attractive, jacked, juicy, and just, all around more sexy version of Ben Clymer. I don't want to hear any of that. Well, that last stuff you can send me if you want, but I just wanted to bring this up because after I spoke to Patrick, we realized how funny this was, and a bunch of you have been sending me links to this episode in my inbox. So I just wanted to let you know, yes, I've seen it, and I think it's silly and fun and whatever. But it's like I said earlier, Ben is always uncomfortable whenever he does these talking watches things, and he was just incredibly uncomfortable this entire episode. I'll leave a link to this episode in the description of this episode you are watching right now. And I just wanted to say, we are not only doing off-the-cuff episodes on this channel. I know we've been uploading a lot, but it's because we're going through some changes here on the filming side and then also on the editing side. Don't worry, Gato is still with us. He's the lead editor. He is in charge of that stuff. He's just changing some things around. So I'm kind of picking up the slack by doing these quick and easy breaking news off the cuff segments. So I hope you enjoy it. I hope you understand. We're still doing edited episodes. Gato's still on the team. Do not worry. And a little birdie told me that the Saturday live streams might be coming back. I mean, I don't know. I just heard it. I was in the little break room in the office, and everybody was like, "Hey, I heard the Saturday live stream." I don't know. I heard people gossiping, so maybe not. All right, guys. I'll catch you on the next one. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay blessed. I'm Jory Goodman, the Time Talent. Always remember, I didn't invent time. I just tell it. All right, guys. Kermit the Frog signing out. I do a better Kermit the Frog impression than Kermit. What the heck is up with that? Love you guys.